everybody, welcome back to another episode of Wild Outdoors TV. It is, I think, March 6th. Yes, March 6th on Saturday at 5 o'clock. And me and my lovely wife over here are going to be doing some fishing for the first time this year. We actually have fairly nice weather, and so we decided to come up here to a pond that's probably 20 minutes away from our house and try for crappie and bass. But I don't know how cold the water is going to be or what fish are going to be doing, because it's the first time in all of winter that we've actually had pretty nice weather. So we're going to be out here trying to hopefully catch a bunch of crappie, but if not, we're just going to see catch whatever we can. So anyway, we thought we'd bring you guys along, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll see you here shortly. All right, so we made it to the spot, and like I said, we're going to be fishing for crappie. So something I like that's been pretty good this year, or well, last year, is these little, I use the white and pink jig heads with this little white grub tail, little swim bait. I don't know what the water temperature is here, so I don't know what to expect. I don't even know, this might not be the right bait of choice. I might have to do something that's going to be a little bit slower retrieve, because I don't think these fish are going to be chasing with the temperatures finally starting to warm up. I don't think the water temperature is anywhere near that, but this is where I'm going to start and kind of get a good feel for what these fish are doing, especially for crappie. And the water is pretty stained. But we'll see what we can do. What are you tying on? Okay. So I'm over here using white, and my wife is going to use black and blue color to see. Maybe that can't be. The water is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's not like freezing cold, but it's definitely something I wouldn't want to go take a swim in right now. And something that I noticed last year too, when I was fishing with these, if you guys ever fish with these little jig things, these little jig head with like a grub tail on there, if you pay attention to the water, like the way the wind's moving, like right now you guys can see that's moving, well, from where I'm at, it's moving from like south to north, and it's all going from my right to left. If you were to ever fish with these, for some reason, whenever I was catching crappie or even bass, if I was trying to cast with the wind and pull it through, it was okay. I'd get bites, a fair amount of bites. But if I was casting like perpendicular to the way the wind's moving and the water is moving, and I'd fish it, like throw it up here or even throw it back that way and try and kind of fight the current, I feel like those fish would hammer it. You get one? Hooked up already. Heck yeah, a little bass. Look at that. Definitely not a keeper, but that's awesome. So caught that on a black and blue, which is pretty cool. It's good to know, because now I'll probably switch colors. She's fishing with the same thing, right? Is it pink? White and pink? Yeah, with the black and blue here. I'll show you guys what she's fishing with. It's right here. So it's the same thing if I move my fat fingers out of the way. It's white and pink with a little black and blue grub tail. So another thing to think about, like if you guys don't already know, color makes a huge difference in water clarity, and or you know, just the overall quality of the water definitely makes a huge difference. So when you're fishing stained, really muddy, murky, stained water, even cloudy water. The color that she's using, that black and blue, any kind of dark color. And I don't know the science behind this, but with the black color, it's easier for fish to spot. It's like, I don't know if it casts a shadow or what it looks like to the fish underneath the water. I just know that black stands out in the water, like in muddy water, a lot better than something like this. I don't know exactly why. Like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but I mean, clearly I've casted like 5 or 6 times in the same area that she's in, and she hooks up on a fish, what, your 4th cast, 2nd cast? So definitely pay attention. So we actually moved places. We were actually on the other side over here, and we decided that we kept seeing a bunch of geese over here, and we're like, well, let's go try this side, because over there it's kind of getting, I don't know if you guys can see it very well, it's kind of dark, it's shadowy, the sun's getting ready to set. And so we're like, well, maybe the sun being on this bank is keeping it warmer over here, and we should come over here and try fishing. My wife is still using the little grub tail that she caught that bass on just a little while ago, and I decided to switch it up to a wacky rig, and just kind of slowly roll it across the bottom, give it just a little pull, let it sink. Fishing really, really slow retrieves, but so far nothing. And it could just be that it's too early, so. I'm gonna switch up entirely here and try something. Here goes the first cast on the old bait caster. Let the backlash commence. If you guys don't use bait casters very often, or if you guys do, for me, here she goes, another little fish.
So tiny.
A tiny little fish. Here, I'll show you guys. So my wife should have her own YouTube channel because she can clearly outfish me. Her little baby bass, I think, yeah. Little bass. You're gonna have to turn this way. Little baby bass. It's funny. She's over here picking all the right colors, and me, I'm out here just, I can't hang. It's funny. There you go. Yeah, it's funny. The bait's almost bigger than the fish. So anyway, like I was saying, if you guys fish bait casters, then you guys know that they can be kind of tricky to cast. And something that I always end up doing every springtime when I start fishing again, I always forget to dial it in or forget how to cast it, and I always have like 5 or 6 backlashes right back, like one right after another. So we're gonna kind of play with this for a second and turn the brakes all the way off. So the quickest way to teach you guys, so that if you guys know bait casters, you have your brakes, you have your spool tensioner knob, or spool tension or cast control knob, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. But always start, so anytime you're ever picking a new bait for your bait caster, no matter what it is, no matter how heavy it is or whatever, you always want to turn your brakes all the way off to 0, push it and see if your spool starts moving. If it doesn't move, that's where you want it to be, so you want to tighten it down, and you can always back it off from there. But it's really hard if you have it all the way loosened to hit your lever and your cast lever, and then your bait falls, and then you just backlash, and then you're stuck messing with it. So always tighten it down first. So that's always to the right, is tighten it down so it won't move. And then you can slowly back it off until your bait to fall. You're not like flipping your rod tip or anything. You want your bait to fall and hit the ground, and your spool to stop moving when your bait hits the ground. That's how you have it set up for a beginner pretty well. And then from that point, you'll turn your brakes at least to half or a little bit more than half, like 3/4 of the way on, to prevent you. It's not gonna like completely prevent backlash, but it's gonna lessen the likelihood that you will backlash. So right now I could still back it off just a little bit. And if you're real, see, it kind of, I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it kind of, my bait hit. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see my bait, but my bait hit and it still kept spinning just a little bit. Not enough to give me backlash, but I kind of want to turn it just a little bit more. And right there's perfect, right? And then as you progress into your bait caster, I'll loosen it just a little bit and then throw these brakes on half. I like using it half. And then don't ever whip cast it. If you whip cast it, it's been my experience that when you whip cast it, you're just gonna backlash anyway. So the easiest way I could think of it is like if you guys ever played baseball or if you ever thrown a baseball, the way you're throwing your ball, at the very end, you never really whip it. You always follow through with the throw, so always try to do that. And that's helped me actually learn how to use a bait caster. And then make sure you use thumb pressure to slow it down. But anyway, that's how I get started on a bait caster. Yeah, like filling the water on this bait. Got another little one. The same one hanging out. That's funny. All right, everybody, it is 6:51, and as you can see, it's getting dark behind us, and we are done because it's actually getting a little chilly. And so, anyway, so far what we kind of come up with is that the water's still a little too cold for fishing. This woman right here outfished the heck out of me. So, guys, if you're out there and you guys haven't found a woman, find a woman that can outfish you, and you'll never go hungry a day in your life. Okay. Anyway, so that's all for now. Probably be out here maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure. It just depends. I still think, like I said, it's too cold to like really get going on fishing. I mean, you can start really whenever, but I mean, as far as catching fish goes, I still think it's too cold. If you guys have any tips or advice on any of the things that I was talking about earlier, as far as like water clarity and like cold water techniques in fishing, definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys' experience is. Same thing with like colors, and let me know what colors you guys use in muddy water situation versus clear water situation. I've heard all kinds of different things, but anyway, yeah, if you guys liked the video, do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. That would help me out a lot. Also share the videos with your friends and family and anybody that you think would enjoy the content that I'm putting out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.